Hello, my name's Jordan, and this is my RC plane project that I've been working on for a couple of weeks now. Started off with the frame here, and then I worked towards the tail and horizontal stabs, and I worked on the wings, and yeah, we just let me open the cockpit for you so you can see here. Uh, this project took around, if I were to say accurately, probably 4 weeks, but most of it was done in, really about a week of total time. So, like, like this is the connector for the cockpit, but here's the inside of the plane. We have, it's the base for the battery, so it's on a flat surface, but this may or may not change whenever I print it. I've been thinking about printing this or not. I'll have to see whenever I choose the battery size, but so far it looks like I'm gonna go with the 6S battery for a what was gonna be planned a 64 millimeter EDF. So that's what this ring is for, the 64 millimeter EDF. This just for reference, this hole back here is around 70 millimeters. So the 64 millimeter thing is right here. It's about the same size because get some extra millimeters of the outer shell of the EDF. Then we have internal wire holes and internal servos, as you can see. Well, the horn of the servo is not very internal, but most of it's internal. Same for the tail, same kind of concept here. The tail part, tail design, like the internal servo. And for the horizontal stab, we just have this little click in place servo mount. Literally no glue at all. This thing just clicks into place for me. And then I can just tape the wires to this little slot here and then slide the wire through the back. It's gonna go in these little gaps. It's not like a solid piece, so you'll have to just slide back through here, connect to my transmitter, which will probably go under this base plate, this little workplace right here. Strap the battery down and stuff for all the wires. We have all these wire holes in case I need to change it up. Can never really predict how electronics will go. I'm only really good at designing, but yeah, if I hide this wing right here, show you a bit of the spars, the internal structure, or I could just show you the section analysis here. So yeah, here's what the airframe looks like on the inside. You just have some solid pieces around 1 millimeter thickness walls right here. Oh, well, this is a little ledge for alignment that I made, but if I just pushed it a little bit more to the side, you could see the true thickness of these walls. It's not thick at all. This entire airframe is really pretty light. I've already printed it all, but yeah, the entire airframe is super, super light. Um, keep on moving it over, you can see. Oh yeah. So before I do this, let me just show you this wing design. Uh, so the way the wings work is, like, so I just hid this part of the wing. So this little shell you see right here connected to is not the wing itself. It is part of the main frame of the body, and it connects into the frame. The wing does, and everything just slides into place. And I had this little pin that yeah, just kind of pushes in here, and yeah, I mean, just got a nice little base. So that's how that works. But yeah, back to the section analysis. I got a little sidetracked here. And yeah, all the bodies are solid bodies because, well, I guess I can explain later, but yeah, I just kept everything solid body. like if I go to a, if I open one of my old designs here, so I gotta see. Yeah, it's just looking this one. It'll take a little bit to load up. This is a pretty big file, but yeah, something like this. The wings customize myself, so these wings are not solid bodies at all. So, like if I were to inspect this and did the section analysis on this one, you'd see the wings are not, well, this part is because the base, but these wings are not fully solid inside. I made my own custom uh, internal framework, like internal wing ribbing. You can see you have structures and stuff. But yeah, this is how I've been doing my RC planes for, well, ever since I started. It's been a rough process. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how I've always done it. But recently I wanted to change that because I noticed there's a lot of issues when I was printing because I would slice it like right here and then print up the wing. So it'd just be a flat surface right here and then I print it up. So this angle was always like flat like this way, like vertical, I mean. And it would have trouble making supports for these little internal structures of the wing to where it would print and there'd be some leftover like structure inside. And yeah, I don't know, I just didn't really like that. But and this is a landing gear design I made. This was just kind of a practice run of a design I was making. Yeah, this is how the landing gear is gonna work. Pretty simple concept. It's kind of the same for the front, but I guess I don't have the most recent file. It's a lot more updated than this. Yeah, it's just a simple servo, then a little landing gear, and then I was gonna buy a tire of this size and put a little wire through this tube here. But yeah, it's just this little simple practice landing gear design I was making. But yeah, other than that, stop that. Yeah, I don't know. This is just kind of a practice design I made. But you can see how I used to do my structures compared to now. It's a lot more simplistic looking. Doesn't look all crazy. And it actually works a lot better than what I was doing. It keeps it stronger, keeping its weight super light, and I don't have to worry about internal um like supports getting stuck. So yeah, like whenever it prints, I just do solid infill and I set the infill to low and it does all the internal ribbing for me and I don't have to worry about it. And I do a certain ribbing. Might show you later, but yeah, you can see the spar holes and stuff. Basically, yeah, it just goes through the entire thing. And the intakes here, I kind of based this off of a trainer I seen inside of a hobby shop. This entire plane project, I based it off of a plane I seen. Forgot what, something with the V. I saw it hanging on the ceiling. I was like, you know what? I might base my like a new design off of this. So yeah, that's what I did. It has a lot of references to the shorter, stubbier body, the two intakes, one outlet here or exhaust, and yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool looking design, and it looks like a trainer or seaplane. So you know why not? And what else? Yeah, I got some spark connectors in here for tail. Yeah, internal wire holes for the tail piece too. I mean, guess I could show you the design of how I made these hinges because I know when I first started making RC planes or RC designs that I really struggled with figuring out um like how to make a hinge or what hinge design I was going to use. I just kind of made a wing hollow, made a little spot for a hinge, and just found a 3D file for a hinge, and it never really worked out for me, which is why I kind of was never confident in flying my planes. But I decided to go with something simple, just make a little simple hinge here. It works by, like, if I were to just take this piece off, you can see this hole goes through the entire wing all the way down to the base. So yeah, it goes through all these holes, and the diameter of each hole is around 0.9 to 0.8 millimeters, I think. And basically, I just cut a string of filament and push it down the entire hole. And yeah, I don't know, it just works as a nice little pin hinge design. And I can just glue this other piece on, and boom, we have our hinge. It's not coming off unless you break a piece of filament, which is pretty hard if you're trying to rip this thing off the hinges, you know. So it's pretty structurally good, and the filament doesn't really add any extra weight because it's just a small string. Like, it's really, really light and flimsy, and you know, it could take a lot. So, and also for the belly, you could kind of see it is really flat. Kind of looks like a Messerschmitt 262 or whatever it is, the Me 262, like the first World War II jet that Germany made. From the bottom, it kind of looks like it, or at least that's what it reminds me of because of the flattish, roundish looking nose here and the wide wingspan. Just kind of without the big engines on the wings. But yeah, I don't know. I made it flat because I plan not to add landing gear to this, obviously. So belly landings are um, not really optional. They just kind of have to. This thing just gonna have to belly land. So why not make something? Why not make my life easier and just make the belly flat? And that's exactly what I did. I just made the belly really flat and smooth. So when I belly land this thing, the entire base is just low to the ground. You just slide kind of like a sled, you know. But uh, yeah, I mean, this is the entire. Wait, whoops. Is it? Yeah, this is the plane. If anybody watching this even cares about this and they want to know any small details, like maybe even a tutorial on this design or how I make designs like this, uh, guess you could put any questions or uh, comments in the comment section. uh, yeah, I don't know. That's it. If you want maybe like a tutorial on how I made the hinges, uh, my server or my servo hole measurements, how I learned to do all this stuff, how to make spars, how to make a cockpit, how to make assembly easier whenever you do print your projects, um, and my thought process when I was making plane like this. Guess you could just put that into the comments, and yeah, I don't know. Guess that's it. See you later.